All right, here we go. So I wanted to showcase this deck right here. It's Azamina Mitsurugi Snake Eyes Fiendsmith, one of the most broken decks that I've ever created, and I'm going to tell you why this deck is so good. For one, this deck has insane board presence. For one, you're creating some of the most powerful boards. I'm talking about 10 plus, looking at somewhere around 14 interruptions off of just one card, putting up some crazy inboards that has very layered interruptions. I'm talking graveyard interruption, spell and trap interruption. I'm talking about monster interruption. You're doing so much that your opponents just have the most difficult time trying to break these boards. In fact, anytime I've ever gotten the full combo off with this deck, I've always won. Never lost a single game where I got the full combo off. It's just too difficult to beat. You have way too many interruptions. They're layered. Your opponent has to sit there and basically try to play around everything, and it's too much to try to play around. They would almost have to beat this deck. They would almost have to come in with a set of lava golems, some super polys. They would have to have ways to get rid of traps out of your graveyard, like just all kind of stuff. This deck just does way too much. So you can basically set up crazy boards. You're gonna have insane follow up. There's 4 engines in this deck. This is Azamina, Mitsurugi, Snake Eyes, and Fiendsmith. All 4 have recurring engines. All 4 can build boards every single turn, and all 4 of these decks in this deck can do that, and they can also recur boss monsters. So that's the benefit to playing all of these engines. So what do I mean by that? Well, with Fiendsmith sets up your unkillable monster board breakers. So whenever you're playing against a deck like Luna Lights and they have these boss monsters that are hard to like beat over or like beat basically, instead of trying to beat over those monsters, you literally just tribute them off. Tribute it off with Goddess, or you can just search for Santa Claus off of something like Tract and then just literally tribute it off. So what you could do is just make sequence effect to add your Fiendsmith Requiem to your hand. Once you add Requiem to the hand, you activate Requiem effect to search for Tract. Tract searches for Santa Claus, and then you just tribute it off. So boom. And if you don't want to do it that way, if that's too much for you, and you want to build your board and tribute it off a different way, you could literally just tribute off their field with Goddess. You can tribute off 2 monsters with Goddess, by the way. With this card right here, Moon of the Closed Heavens. So you can put this in front of something with the arrows pointing to it, activate it, and then literally contribute 2 of their monsters off. So this is a good way to tribute off monsters on your opponent's field. 2 of their bodies basically. So pretty good monster right here as well. Then you also have just Snake Eyes, which sets up. So Fiendsmith is your insane board breakers. It also sets up 2 special summon negates and a graveyard trap as interruption. Snake Eyes sets up graveyard pop through Promethean Princess, 2 graveyard pops by the way, with Princess and Ambla Whale. It also sets up the ability to use IP Masquerena every turn too, because you can continuously keep setting IP Masquerena in the back row off of the Fiendsmith or not Fiendsmith, off of the Snake Eye Flamberge. Once you set the Snake Eye Flamberge, you put the IP in the back row and then you summon it out. If you keep doing that each turn, that basically becomes, now every time they have to try to play around IP Masquerena, most of the time they have to play into it, and then when you go to tribute, you literally just tribute their monster off the field for Goddess. So they can make their biggest boss monster, and then you can literally just tribute that thing off. So Snake Eyes builds boards like that. Snake Eyes also will search for the sinful spoils of subversion, which can push something into the back row. It can also search for the Kurakara, which can also tribute off your opponent's monsters. This happens through the natural combo that you do with Snake Eyes. Then you have your Mitsurugi. Mitsurugi is going to do a recurring engine where you can continuously use Kusanagi alongside prayers, and then the Mitsurugi Great Purification. This becomes your Omni Negate, which you could recur if you choose to. As long as you don't use its banish effect, you can continuously just keep adding it back with Kusanagi and just keep using it as an Omni Negate. And basically you can have a loopable Omni Negate, or you can just have a prayers that you can loop to just keep wiping your opponent's field. And when you use this Omni Negate, you can basically wipe your opponent's monsters off the field as well if you tribute off Mirakumo. Also, this does have a graveyard effect, so yeah. Then your Azamina stuff. So I went in reverse order. Your Azamina stuff is basically like it's a way to play this deck if stuff gets stopped. It's a way to not use normal summons with this deck. I know that sounds crazy because of it's literally deception. Azamina cards, it's a way to not use normal summons to get effects to activate. I'll show you what I mean. It can unbrick some of these cards, like these cards. It can unbrick them, make them searchers for Habakiri. So I'll show that. So let's go into some combos, and I'll kind of showcase this deck a little bit. Alright, so in this hand right here, basically what I have is just Fiendsmith Engraver. So I can basically just do Fiendsmith plays. Easiest combo with this would be to add the tract right here. Tract, of course, add, we're going to add Lurie pitch effect. And then we're going to go into Requiem. And then right here, what we can do is we can go Lacrima. And then, I mean, since we started off with Fiendsmith Engraver, we could just send a trap now, which would probably be the best play. But if not, we would have just sent the Fiendsmith Engraver. So now what we can do is just go Requiem effect, and then into Necroquip, and then into Fiendsmith Engraver right here. Send the Lurie back. And then right here, we're gonna go DDD Wave King High Caesar. Just like that. And then I'm gonna just set this card right here face down. So if it leaves the field and goes to the graveyard, I basically get to draw back C. So I also have the access to Lacrima, which would send the trap, but I've already sent the trap, so don't really need to do that. I can just use that as a body on the field. So here's the beauty to this. I can just activate Wave King Caesar, send Engraver, he's gonna activate another one, Wave King Caesar. Now he's going to summon this body out right here. Summon out another body. I'm going to just let him. So right here he goes into Dagaris Autonomous, and this is where I'm just going to go ahead and activate Fiendsmith in Paradise, and then I'll send back I'll send Desiree effect to activate, and then we'll send back Engraver right here. Send the Dagaris to the graveyard, just like that. So now he's going to add a warrior to his hand. And he's already used his normal summon, so he can't normal summon that. And I can Droll and Lockbird him right here. Just like that. And there it is. Just like that, just like that. So now I can flip this card over. And then I can link these two off for something else. Since this has already used all its effect, I can literally link this into IP Masquerena. This will search for a Maxi. And yeah. I can't pre-prep right now because I got the one of mirror in hand, but hopefully that explains like how the combos would work in this deck. I guess in a way I kind of lose this match, but what plays can I make right here? I guess I can make Fiendsmith plays. I can make Desiree right here. So yeah, I don't want to like make y'all feel like all hope is lost with this deck. So let's make Desiree. So we're gonna go Requiem is in my graveyard. Oh, and I didn't do the Lacrima play. Okay. I guess that's we are out of place. Food, man. Food, buddy. Food, buddy. You know what? We're in a winning position. Screw this. We're in a winning position. We got Maxi. Yeah, we are in a winning position. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, bodies on the field. That is their normal summon right there. IP Masquerena. Right in the Goddess. This is gonna search for another Maxi. And would you look at that? I didn't even have didn't even have access to my Mitsurugi engine, and I was able to still cook. So now I do. Now I have access to everything. So let's go ahead and go Deception right here. Deception activate. We're gonna tribute Maxi. Grab Hallowed Azamina. Activate Hallowed Azamina. We're gonna go Rusilago. Discard effect to go to want it. And then we're gonna activate Hallowed Azamina right here to add Hallowed Azamina back to our hand. Now what you're going to want to do is Hallowed Azamina right here. Then you're going to want to chain want it to the Hallowed Azamina. Now we're gonna go Diabell Star. And then we can summon out Ilya Silva. So we get our Omni Negate to send the Wonder right there. Just like that, we got our Omni Negate. Now we can special summon out the Diabell Star and send something. Since Mirror is pretty much useless in my hand right now, I might as well just send that, if I'm being honest. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you draw the one of. So Snake Eye Diabell Star, and right here, I'll put the trap. I mean, this game is pretty much over with, so I could put the trap in the back row, but you know what? We're not doing that. We're gonna go Original Sinful Spoils. We're gonna set that. Let's go ahead and activate Sinful Spoils right here. We're gonna send the Diabell Star to special summon out Snake Eye Ash. Let's just do the combo. Why not? Let's just do the full combo. I'm gonna go Poplar. Poplar to grab the Field Spell. Of course, Field Spell is to set the Snake Eye Diabell Star in the back row. And then we're gonna activate Ash to send the Snake Eye Diabell Star from the back row to summon out Flamberge. Now, we've already went into our Link Karibo, so can't really do that particular play right now. This is where it kind of gets kind of a little bit weird. So the best way to kind of do this play at this point would be to go into Moon of the Closed Heavens. I know this sounds crazy, but we've already done the IP Masquerena, so Moon of the Closed Heavens is good right here. So go Moon of the Closed Heavens. This is just to get the Flamberge effect and you get the Poplar effect. We're gonna Flamberge and then Poplar. Poplar is going to set the Snake Eye Diabell Star in the back row. I'm glad I'm showing this combo instead of just winning the game, so that way y'all can understand like what all your options are. And then of course now we can go Link Karibo for the Poplar right here. And then we can go into Promethean Princess with the Moon of the Closed Heavens as well as the Ash or the Link Karibo. So I'll go Promethean Princess. Then we're gonna activate Promethean Princess to summon out the Flamberge. And then right here we can go Flamberge effect to actually set the IP Masquerena. And then we can go into Amblo Will with Promethean Princess and the Ash. Now at this point, this is where the recursion stuff that I was talking about comes into effect. To where if you wanted to reset Goddess, you could link Goddess off the field. I could link it off with like the Fiendsmith sequence if I wanted to, but you could link it off the field, get it off the field, and then send it back into the deck to summon out Fiendsmith Engraver. If you do that, then now when you summon IP Masquerena, you can now use Goddess again on your opponent's turn, so it becomes a tributing effect again. So you could do that if you wanted to. We also still have this play here to actually set something into the back row, so I could set Poplar into the back row, Promethean Princess or whatever. I could set it into the back row to actually summon out Snake Eyes Diabell Star. And then also I can still draw a card too, by the way. I'll send this one back because the deception will set itself back onto the field. And then I still have my engraver play where I can activate engraver. So let's just go ahead and attack. And then I'll do another game. I'll do another game. I'm trying to get to like some hands where I can really showcase like what this deck can really do. Because that was kind of like with a bricked hand, if I'm being honest, just holding on to threads with just an engraver. But so this hand right here is actually like insanely cracked. So right here we basically have everything. So let's say with this hand right here, I'm gonna show you how crazy this actually is. This is insane right here. So what we're gonna do this time particularly is we're going to start off with Duel, start a Black Witch, because I want to show how crazy this is. This time we're gonna send Purification to the graveyard. I don't want to really do this, but this is probably the best place to send Purification. And then we're gonna summon out Duel, start a Black Witch, and then the goal here, because I want to show you how to like get into stuff using the deception. So we're gonna set deception just like this. We're gonna go deception of the sinful spoils. We're gonna activate this card, and if you have one of your Mitsurugis that you want to use its tribute effect to search, we're gonna tribute this card right here, just like that. And look, I can then banish this card to then summon one of the cards from my graveyard onto the field, which is why I sent Great Purification. But we're not going to do that. So now we're going to activate the Aramasa, just like that, and I can search for Habakiri. Now I can search for Habakiri, I can search for Mirakumo, I can search for whatever. Search for Habakiri. Now imagine I was in a match, right? And my opponents was holding something in their hand to try to stop something. Let's say if they were holding an Ash Blossom, they can't stop this card with Ash because it sets it to the field. They can stop this card, but they would have to stop this card. And if they did stop this card, when I go to tribute, it tributes as cost. So now, do they stop the Aramasa search, or do they stop the deception summon? You get what I'm saying? And if they stop the deception summon, once the monster hits the field, Aramasa searches, then the card on the field searches, because or whatever the process was, I don't remember, but whatever the process was, I believe it searches like that. So now I just basically got access to Fiendsmith, or not Fiendsmith, I'm sorry, I got access to Mitsurugi off of that. So I have my Habakiri in hand. I also have Hollowed Azamina in hand. So yeah. Oh, actually I tributed, but I haven't summoned yet. So yeah, they would basically have stopped the search from Aramasa. I'm stupid. They would have stopped the Aramasa search to search for the Mitsurugi, and I haven't even done my play yet. So yeah, so you're baiting out interruptions. So now we can go Hollowed Azamina to send the deception, to summon out Mu Racielago. I'm tripping, y'all. We're gonna activate the Mu Racielago, and right here, this time what we're gonna search for, we could search Wanted to get an extra card draw, but I want to search Sinful Spoils of the Snake Eyes so we can grab our Snake Eyes plays. And this is where the benefit to this comes in. So if they don't stop the search right here, what you can do is you can link this off from Moon or the Closed Heavens. So if you're worried about Nibiru, literally, what are we at right now? We're at 2 summons that we've done so far. Yeah, 2 summons, 1, 2. So we can link these off into Moon of the Closed Heavens, just like that. And then right here, like this is if we're worried about Nibiru. So now we can activate Hallowed Azamina from the graveyard to send the Murcielago back, just like that. And we could go Hallowed Azamina to summon Ilia Silva to actually send that Snake Eyes card right there. So you see what we did there? So that's what, how many summons? One. Well, we didn't even summon this one, we just distributed it from the hand. So that's one summon, 2, 3, 4 summons. That's 4 summons in total, and the next summon would be when they would be able to Nibiru. So yeah, so basically now we can activate the Sinful Spoils of the Snake Eye right here. Shuffle back the Diabellstar, and then we can grab Ash. So now, off of the combo that we have just done, this is why I like the Diabellstar stuff, or not Diabellstar, but the Deception stuff, the Azamina cards, because now, starting this off with just having access to, this is basically a Diabellstar monster with basically one of your Mitsurugi monsters. I was able to get a Omni Negate on the field, set up Fiendsmith on the field, and have a starter for Mitsurugi plus a starter for Snake Eye. And I'll be able to get into Fiendsmith anyways, so this doesn't matter. But just imagine that's your 2-card starter. So now you have access to all your engines. So if you want to make the plays, boom. You can literally just go Fiendsmith Requiem right here. Requiem effect to summon out Lacrima. Lacrima effect to summon out, or to send Engraver to the graveyard. We're going to activate in the grave the Requiem to equip to the Lacrima. And then we're going to make Necro equip. And then we're going to summon Engraver, sending back the Moon of the Closed Heavens. And then we're going to make Wave King High Caesar. So now, at this point, now we can save our Nibiru Omni Negate. If they were to Omni or activate Nibiru, we can save Ilia Silva now because we have DDD Wave King High Caesar. Also, we don't have to go full in to Mitsurugi plays to try to like bridge into Snake Eyes plays, because we already have Snake Eyes Ash, which is also why I love this. So now I don't have to summon the Night Sword Serpent, so I can do other plays right here, which will make a little bit more sense. So now I can activate whatever else is in my hand and just make some searches. So I activate this, grab Mirror, and then I'm also going to grab, let's grab Futsu right here. So then let's go ahead and activate the Habakiri right here, and we're going to summon out Saji, of course. So Saji, Tribute, Saji effect, and grab Ritual. Of course, Ritual effect, activate that second effect, and then we're going to summon out, let's do Futsu first. So right here, normally I would activate to tribute off Night Sword Serpent, but we already have access to Snake Eyes. So I'm just going to tribute off Kusanagi and Aramasa. right here with the Kusanagi, I can add the ritual back. And then activate the ritual again. This time I contribute to make Mirakumo. This time I can add prayers. Futsu is going to summon. And then I'm going to activate mirror right here. This is going to activate the Mirakumo to actually add another prayers to my hand. This is going to summon back to the field. And then activate prayers, of course. This time we're going to tribute the very last one that we haven't used the effect of. And then I guess right here, we're just going to add a Mitsurugi monster. I would special summon, but I don't need to. So I just don't have the space to special summon. So we're just going to add another Habakiri. And then we're going to just activate the last Habakiri and then chain block. And then we can add something. So let's go ahead and add mirror for follow-up. And then we're going to activate this card effect right here to special summon. Now, because the trap is in my graveyard, if this ever happens, this is one of the reasons why I sent this card to the graveyard specifically. I don't have to have this says right here, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one reptile monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, tribute one other monster you control. This does not say another reptile you control. It can be any monster, which means I can completely clear my field of these cards and then still bring one of these back, one of these monsters. So that's exactly what I can do. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm actually going to go, let's go IP Masquerena right here with this one and this one. And I'm pretty sure that, I don't know if you watch any of my other videos, you'll see that I actually do this particular part of the combo. I actually do this in one of my videos. So right here, I go into Promethean Princess. And I know you're thinking, don't get rid of Mirakumo, you need that. You're gonna go into Promethean Princess. It's okay, trust me. Once you go into Promethean Princess, now you can do Snake Eye Ash plays because you're under fire, you're locked under fire, but it's okay. I'm gonna go Poplar effect to summon. And then we're going to go, let's grab the Divine Temple, activate this to then set the Snake Eye Diabellstar in the back row. Then we're going to activate Ash right here to send Diabellstar to actually summon out Flamberge. And then of course, Flamberge effect to set the IP Masquerena in the back row. And then you can activate this right here to actually special summon whatever. You could special summon whatever. Let's special summon out Diabellstar right here. Diabellstar right there, and then of course now we can go Amblo off this and this, and then that'll trigger the Poplar. And you can set whatever in the back row if you want to. I'll just set Poplar in the back row. And then right here, you could basically make the Snake Eye Diabellstar your tribute monster on your opponent's turn. So you can basically tribute this off to then wipe your opponent's field to summon your Mitsurugi. And then you can also summon out Masquerena, so you can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna just activate this. And then grab track. Activate track. And then right here I'm gonna grab Santa Claus, and then I'll just send something else. So I'll send, let's just send Mirror, why not? I don't care. So this could be a follow-up card. This is just me showing like some of the stuff you can do. So I'm just in my turn right here, and I'm gonna let my opponent kind of play through all of this. So we're gonna set the deception and call it a day. Now let me show you how much interruption I have here. Now there's a lot. We have our link your opponent one monster off your opponent's field to go into the Underworld Goddess. We're going to summon 2 bodies with the Flamberge, plus do some searches with this. Also, we're going to have access to Promethean Princess, plus the Amblo Whale Pops, the Omni Negate, the 2 special summon negates of Wave King Caesar. We also have the Lacrima plus the Fiendsmith Requiem to send the trap. So yeah, got a lot of plays. So he's going to activate Allure of Darkness right here. I'm gonna let this play go through. And I'm going to go ahead and just let him make a play. So of course he's going to activate Danger Mothman right here. I'm gonna let that go through. So Mothman gets summoned onto the field. Of course I don't want to do either of these 2. I could Divine Temple to actually, matter of fact, yeah, I could Divine Temple, but I don't want to do that. So instead what we're gonna do, yeah, we're just going to go Flamberge effect to summon out IP Masquerena right here. I'm gonna let him do some plays. So yeah. So he summons out his 2 level 4s right here. This card is gonna special summon. And let me let this hit the field real quick. There we go. So I'm not gonna activate that. I'm gonna activate IP Masquerena right here though. And then we're gonna go into Goddess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll use this one as well. So we'll use those to go into Underworld Goddess. And then Goddess of course will activate and it'll negate everything else that's on the field. Then we can go Lacrima effect. Activate Requiem right here. Just summon out Lacrima. This will send the Fiendsmith in Paradise trap. Looks like they're gonna add a warrior. Go ahead. Have they used their normal summon? Nope, not yet. Each player draws a card. Alright, whatever. We can do that. Oh, draw a card, discard to pre-prep. What does this card do? If this card is discarded by card effect, if it was discarded from your hand by your opponent's card effect, and target 1 monster, add 1. Alright, whatever, go ahead. Oh, I love it. This card right here is really good, so I loved it. that go through. And this time, I'm just gonna discard the Habakiri because I don't care. So he's gonna activate this card. What does this say? Look at target one card on the field, and if it was destroyed, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and negate that with Ilya Silva. Like, this is actually good because this shows like how many interruptions you actually have here, like how much stuff you can do, how much stuff you can stop. So he's gonna normal summon out one more monster. Of course, this is where I could Divine Temple to summon out Poplar. Poplar to search for Snake Eyes Subversion. And then right here, I can Great Purification to summon out Mirakumo. Of course, I can tribute off the Poplar and then activate Mirakumo to wipe the field. Activate Poplar to set something into the back row. Of course, I'm going to set Snake Eye Die Bellstar because it's follow-up. It's a pretty good follow-up card to be in the back row. And then wipe my opponent field. He's going to activate another danger. Right here, I can go ahead and wave King Caesar this. And like, I'm still nowhere near done with all of my interruptions. Like, I should have let this go through so I could Promethean Princess him. So you could see like how much stuff I still could do. And there it is. Turn ended. Like, I still had so many more plays that I could have done, but whatever. Alright. Oh yeah, and I never said the prayers. That was stupid of me. I never said prayers. Like, I forgot to do that. It was so dumb of me. I forgot to set prayers. Prayers was another interruption, so didn't even need it though. Didn't even need to set prayers because I had the trap in the grave. So yeah. So imagine prayers was set. So I had a Mirakumo whenever I needed it. So yeah. So Flamberge effect. This is where recursion comes in with this deck to set IP Masquerena into the back row. And I'm going to show you how to reset the Underworld Goddess. So we're going to go, let's go Moon, Close Heavens with this and this. And then we're going to activate Engraver to simply put Underworld Goddess back into the deck. And I'm just wanting to show this. This is just me just wanting to show this. So don't worry. Trust me. Don't worry. Like, I just want to show what you can do, what the potential is here. So let's flip over Deception right here. We're going to activate this. Activate Hallowed Azamina since Deception is on the field. We're going to activate Hallowed Azamina again. And what is it going to do? Ilya Silva again. Remember I told you can do it every turn? We're going to send the Deception to summon out Ilya Silva. Just like we did before. This time we're not going to forget to set the prayers. Yeah. So yeah. We're not going to forget it this time, so don't worry. And then we're just going to end our turn right here. Activate Deception to set itself back to the field. And would you look at this? Look, as a follow-up, we still have access to everything. We have our Mirakumo here. The Mitsurugi stuff plays again, which we would have been able to recur. We didn't even do it because we didn't set prayers, but literally, I'll show you. I'll show you prayers to summon out Kusanagi. Kusanagi searches for prayers, and then you can basically loop your plays. So yeah. So he's gonna summon out this Armageddon Knight right here. I can tribute this off, or I can force a discard for this effect to actually go through. Which this is probably a pretty good time to actually force the discard. But that's exactly what I'm gonna do right here. So just force that discard. And then of course I'm pretty sure there it is right there. Exactly what I was looking for. So now I could wave King Caesar right here. But what I'm gonna do, because I kind of want to show like how some of the interruptions happen in here, I'm just maxi right here and just allow Danger Bigfoot to go through. So he's gonna target to destroy something. So I'm gonna Ilya Silva right here to negate this. And then now I can activate Flamberge right here to summon the IP Masquerena. And remember what I was saying before? We negate the Bigfoot right there. And then look, IP Masquerena to go into Underworld Goddess again. So using that, we'll go that, this, and we'll use this as one material and this. So Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Flamberge will activate. Summon out Poplar and Ash. And right here we can grab the Kurikara. And if my opponent had plays, let's assume this was the first play and they were playing through stuff, the first turn, and they were playing through stuff, like this would basically be what I would have, would be something like this. And then the prayers down here or whatnot. Plus I would have Kurikara plus the Sinful Spoils. So yeah. Plus the trap. This trap right here that they never even got to because they never special summoned. I didn't use it to send anything yet. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this game right here so I can continue to show some more stuff, some more plays. Let me go ahead and flip over Deception right here to show you can recur this all over again. So Ilya Silva goes back into the extra deck, and then we can Hallowed Azamina all over again, just like how we've been doing. Ilya Silva, send Deception from the field. Everything that I told you is what you can do. You can recur. Every turn you get an Omni Negate. So yeah, so if that's what you want to do, you can do that pretty much. Infinite recursion. That's why I love this deck. So let's change this to untouch. Let's change this into attack. I don't know what the hell I just said right there. So we're gonna change that into attack position, and then we're just gonna attack for game. All right. Now let's see if I can get a one card combo right here so I can show like what one card could do. And there it is, just that easy. So with this one, basically Saji is my one card combo. I would start this combo off with prayers because I need the effect of Saji. So I'm gonna tribute Saji right here. and then I'm gonna do both effects so I can add something. So I'm gonna add right here the Mirakumo, and then off of the special summon effect, I'm actually gonna summon out the Aramasa. So now I can add the ritual and then search for Habakiri. See? Not too bad, right? And we can go ritual effect right here. Activate his second effect, summon out the Mirakumo. I want to keep the Habakiri in my hand, and I'm going to go Night Sword Serpent plus, let's go Kusanagi to summon this out. So now we're going to go Kusanagi effect to grab the ritual back, and then Night Sword Serpent. So now we can go in Infernal Flame Banshee with these two. Activate Infernal Flame Banshee to discard something to actually grab Ash. So now that's going to be our new normal summon right there. Then we could activate the Habakiri right here. Well, we already did the Kusanagi play, so we can just hold on to this actually. We'll just hold this in hand, but we'll go ritual effect, and we'll go Futsu, and we'll tribute this monster off the field. And this time we'll grab the mirror. And then this time we're gonna go mirror effect to summon this out by tributing the Futsu this time so we can get its search effect. And right here, I like to grab the Purification Trap. Most people would grab Prayers. Me, I love the trap because it's an Omni Negate, and it also does something else from the graveyard, which you saw last turn. So I like the trap. So we're gonna summon Futsu back out. Now right here, if you want to, you can literally tribute off Habakiri and Futsu right here and just keep Mirakumo if you wanted to, or you can just keep Futsu and tribute these two off because this one will bring back the other ones anyways, on every special summon, by the way. So yeah. So remember that play we did earlier? We're gonna do that again. So right here, what we're gonna do is go Moon to the Closed Heavens. We can use this. We can use this, by the way. And then we're gonna go Requiem effect, or into Requiem. Activate this. Go Lacrima. Send Engraver. Activate Requiem to equip. Go into Necro Whip. And then we're gonna go Fiendsmith Engraver, sending back the Moon or the Closed Heavens. And then we're gonna go in there Wave King Caesar. Just like that. And now we can do our Snake Eye Ash plays without too much problem. So Snake Eye Ash for Poplar summon. Now with this hand, the combo will be a little bit different this time. We're gonna go Divine Temple right here, and we're gonna set Snake Eye Die Bellstar. So if you have Banshee, Ash, and Poplar on the field, you can do it this other way, which will give you one additional disruption, and it'll also help you with like not just them attacking into your weakest monsters. What you can do right here is you can go Ash to send Diabellstar, Snake Eye Diabellstar to summon out Snake Eye Flamberge, right? Then what you would do once you do that, right? You would go Link Karibo for the Poplar, and you just put it right up here, just like that. Poplar effect will activate to summon Snake Eye Diabellstar right down here. You don't want to activate this yet. You're going to go into IP Masquerena with Flamberge and Banshee. This will trigger both of these two to summon. Then you're going to go into Promethean Princess with this and this. Promethean Princess activates to summon back out your Flamberge. And then, of course, Flamberge effect to set the IP Masquerena. And then into Amlo Well. And then if you want to, you can just activate Link Karibo to tribute off the Ash, just to get it off the field. But yeah. And then there you go. You got space, and you got ways to summon more bodies. So yeah. So this inboard right here, I mean, I keep this back here. I really don't want to use it and put it on the field, because then it'll just kind of clog the board up here. And my first effect that I like to do is the IP Masquerena summon and then tribute off a bunch of monsters. So I would basically tribute this Flamberge plus the IP Masquerena plus one of their monsters. So yeah, I'll go ahead and end my turn. So I got 2 interruptions with Wave King High Caesar. So plus, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one will just keep interrupting. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it looks like I got about 7 interruptions right here. There's probably more I'm just missing, but hey, about 7 right there that I can count. Alright, so I'm gonna just let them do some of their plays. So they're gonna go the Warrior right here for Armageddon Knight. I could have trolled him right there, but I don't want to. So right here, he's gonna go Danger Mothman. I'll probably let this go through. This card doesn't really do anything. I could special summon right here, but I don't want to. So he's going to activate another danger card. Nice. I'll let that go through. So he's going to summon a face down right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go Flamberge effect, summon IP, activate IP, and then we're going to go into our level 5. We'll use this as 2 materials, 1 here, Flamberge. Actually, no, I said that wrong. 1 material for each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. And then now we're gonna go Flamberge and Moon of the Underworld Goddess, which will negate his field. And then of course we can go Lacrima if we want to, but I'll wait on the Lacrima for the trap. So we're gonna summon out these 2 bodies. So 1, 2, activate Ash, activate Poplar, Lacrima for Requiem, and then Link Karibo for Poplar. Put Link Karibo on the field. Fiendsmith Requiem. Of course, Poplar is going to search for original Sinful Spoils. I would have searched for Subversion, but I already have it in my hand. And then also Kurikara, which would be the follow-up for my opponent's turn if they were to crack my board. Like if I literally did nothing, that would be what I would have in my hand, plus what other follow-up I would have. So then we got what we're gonna set in the back row. So right here, we already have Snake Eye Diabellstar there. What we could do right here is actually put Flamberge into the back row. Just like that, and then we can go Requiem effect to actually summon out Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, activate, and then send Fiendsmith in Paradise. So then that way we can interrupt our opponents again. Now, he pretty much ended his turn right there, but if he were to continue trying to play through like my interruptions, I still had my Omni Negate on the field. I still had 2 special summon negates that I never even used. I still had Futsu, which was going to continuously just keep summoning monsters every time they special summon a monster. So I could just flood the field with reptiles, and that would help me get my purification. If this card's on the field, then literally I get a free Kusanagi search, because they special summon a monster. Kusanagi comes back, it then searches for something from the graveyard. I literally can just add a prayers from my graveyard back to my hand off of just having this on the field, and they special summon. Also, this becomes protection with Kusanagi when it's on the field when they go to attack or destroy this card. So it's protection. Underworld Goddess, of course, would negate their field, tributes off their monster, and it's a graveyard negate. Link Karibo would prevent them from just beating over something. And then we still had our Omni negate, of course. Push something into the back row. Flamberge can reset the IP. So yeah, so a lot of stuff that can actually happen right here. If I wanted to, right here, I can Mirakumo wipe their field, but yeah, got a lot of plays. Got a lot of plays for days. So I activate Subversion right here. Push this card into their back row. Let's change this into attack position. Change this into attack position. Change this into attack position. And I kind of almost want to do something more. I kind of want to make some more plays just to show stuff. But I'm gonna send this off the field. Yeah. I'm gonna set Banshee in the back row right here this time. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna attack and call it a day. And that's pretty much game right there. And I could steal prayers, tribute, and do some more stuff, but It's okay. Call it a day. That's game. So hopefully y'all kind of enjoyed some of the combos that you can do with this deck. I know it's a long video. I showed a lot. Um, but hopefully you guys saw kind of the power of this deck. I don't even think I explained Retaliating C, which is the Max C Searcher. You can search for Max C with this card. Sometimes it comes up. It has actually won me the game quite a few times, especially playing against Mitsurugi. Since there are a lot of Mitsurugi players out right now, if you have this card in your opening hand, literally everything that they do once they activate Ritual gets banished, or even when they activate Prayer, sometimes everything they do after that gets banished, because when they go to try to special summon, you just chain Retaliating C. It summons when their monsters hit the graveyard, they get banished. So yeah, they're pressured to try to get rid of Retaliating C early, and then when they do get rid of it, you get Max C. So now they got a whole new deal to deal with. First it was getting stuff banished, then it's how do I stop him from drawing cards. So yeah, very good punish. So I love this deck. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.